hi, gigpreneur. What is going on? Welcome. We'll call it Happy Wednesday in hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. My name is Sean Azimi. I'm somebody who used to work in a call center office for a long time, 14, 16-hour days, 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, until my pancreas quit on me, left me unemployable with nothing to fall back on. Like I mention this every night. I don't know if you've ever had rock bottom like that, but it's a double whammy. It's health and your wealth, both affected. So I do not recommend it for most. And so I had to turn on to the online space, and now I help folks to start a side gig online, use social media to grow it. If that resonates with you, drop the word me in the comments, and I got you. I'll get back with you after this live. What's going on? Welcome. If you're joining me live or watching a replay, would be nice to know where you are tuning in from. I myself am from Southern California, and it is hot, you guys. It has been hot and humid. You may hear the sprinklers outside. I have the window open, fan going on. It is hot. So what's happening? We got an interesting one for you tonight. Some of you may have heard some of these, maybe not all of them, but you definitely have heard the concept, right? And that is, hey, the regrets at the end of our line when it's time to clock out of this planet, of this world, if you would. Um, what are some of the regrets that we have, right? Hopefully there's none, but then we're human. We're human. So get this. There was a nurse. Her name was Bronnie Ware, and she spent many years of her nursing career working with people who are just about to pass. And throughout these experiences and these sits, and she has come up with some commonalities between all these folks. So she has 5 things that most people regret at the end of their lives. So you may agree with some of these, you may have heard some of these, like I said, but the point is the point is not that whether you've heard these or you've been referred to these. The point is you avoid these. That's the point. So the first one is most people said that they wished that they lived a true life to themselves, not what other people expected. That's so cool. The first one is so cool, right? Living a life true to yourself, for yourself, the one that makes sense to you, without the influence and the input of others, what they expect from you. You live in your life, your best life, right? And I think that is just wonderful. Um, I was going to say there's come a time in my life where I'm trying to think when it was, but there has come a time in my life where I said, you know what, I'm done with the expectations of friends, family, significant others, everybody else. I'm done with that. I'm just going to go with me, with Sean. See what is in store for me. And I have really tried to do that. And I continue to try to do that. Second one is I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Now, this one, I guess, I don't know, maybe for me it's a little different because most of you have families, have kids and wives, well, hopefully just one wife, and husbands, well, hopefully one husband. And so you have that that time outside the office that could be spent with your family. Well, um, I don't have any of that. I don't have a wife. I don't have kids. I don't have my dog anymore. So it just, for me, really, it's just getting my life back on track and working hard. Now, the other thing is, I don't want to work this hard for the rest of my life, right? So maybe there is a period in your life where you got to really hone in and buckle down and really go for it. But then let's not have that go for the rest of your life, right? So at some point, you got to hit the brakes and enjoy life, right? Number three. Oh, this is a good one. Number three is a good one. Number three is a good one. I wish I had expressed my feelings. This one kind of goes with the first one, with you living your life regardless of other people's expectations. So, expressing your feelings doesn't mean you beat people up, you put them down, you criticize them, you ridicule them, you belittle them. That's not what that means. That is not what that means. Expressing your feelings is, speaking your mind without hurting other people. Speaking your mind, also being true with your feelings with other people. Like, you don't want to hide or just keep your emotions inside because at one point, it'll explode. It'll just, right? It'll look for an opportunity to come out, right? So holding on to these emotions and keeping it inside and not expressing them and not dealing with them can really come back and bite you. Um, I'm just saying. So it'd be nice to learn how to express your feelings without hurting anybody, and also being able to have a conversation about them, right? Number four. You like these? Who likes these? Who's on still? You like these? Let's go. Number four. I wish I had stayed in touch with my family and friends. Um, for myself, I think I I'm in this stage right now because I've had some family members that have passed, and I've been in the US for 38 years and I have not ever gone back to my country. And so I never saw them for 38 years, and some of them have passed. And I'm a little sad about that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a little sad about that. I wish that I did stay in touch with them, or at least made an effort, because I really didn't make an effort to see them or communicate with them. And kind of sad about that. But unfortunately, there's not much you can do about that, right? And number five, I wish I had let myself be happier. The key word is let, because happiness is not like an address or a destination where we get to. It's like a choice, right? Every day we can choose to be happy or we can choose to be upset, right? Today I had a really rough day, actually. I had a really rough day, and it kind of ate at me for, I would say, half the day, you know, and it's just been just eating me for about half a day. And I finally had to just kind of brush it off, go for a walk, pray, and just be like, "Ah, I don't want to deal with this anymore." right? It's done. I don't want it in my head. So, yes, happiness is a choice because I want you to really feel this, what I'm about to say. You know, you could be in the worst situation, right? But you could also feel happy with yourself, not with your situation, but with you, right? Maybe you can make yourself a sandwich and sit down or go to the lake or go to the park and have a session with yourself and have a sandwich, kick back, relax, meditate, pray. You can put yourself, if you're happy with you, I didn't say with your situation, because you could be in a very, very tough situation and you don't want to be there, right? You feel like you don't deserve to be in that situation. Well, that's wonderful. Maybe you're doing things to get you out of that situation. However, you don't have to be happy with the situation, but you can be happy with you, right? And I think that's a huge point that we miss all the time because we relate happiness with our situation, but it should be regardless. And I know that's really maybe simple and easy to say, and it may take a little bit of time and practice to get you to that point. I'm a work in progress. Don't think I'm like all saint and perfect and everything. I'm not. I'm a work in progress and I work on it constantly, especially since I had rock bottom and it's been really, really difficult and working my way back up. It's, some of you know my story, and some of you still ask me, so I'm like, how do you still get online and promote and sing and dance and do skits and go live and all that? And you just gotta, right? You just gotta, because I refuse to stay in that situation, and I am all about positivity, keeping a positive mindset, a happy